Hey, how's it going everyone? This is the Anime Man. A few days ago, Anime News Network released a news story about a male student in Shelby County East Middle School in Kentucky who was reportedly found to have a list of names of students and faculties within the school that kind of represented a Death Note. Now, if you guys have seen the series Death Note, I'm sure a lot of you have. It is a very famous series. It follows a boy who finds a Death Note, or this thing called a Death Note, and if you write the name of a person in that Death Note, then they die. And so a note which was found by one of the students in the school belonging to a male student saw all of these names of students and teachers that apparently this student possibly had the intention of killing or wanted to kill, much like in the Death Note. The student's principal and the assistant principal talked to the boy and his parents and also sent the student to professionals who conducted medical health assessments. According to investigations, when the superintendent of the school asked the student whether he wanted to kill the people on the list, the student answered back saying he didn't want to exactly kill people on the list, but he did have bad thoughts and intentions for those he listed on the supposed Death Note. And this isn't actually the only case of a real-life Death Note that has been found. In fact, a few weeks ago, a 5th grader boy at Stewart Elementary School in Pittsburgh was allegedly found posting a Death Note, or supposed Death Note, in the halls of his school. It was then found by another student who then reported to the teacher, who then reported to the police, and the student has since then been suspended from school. In fact, there have been at least 7 different cases of these so-called Death Notes being flung around in different schools by different students. Now, there have been discussions going around whether all of these cases were somehow linked to the manga and anime series Death Note, but there's not much proof around it, and it could obviously, of course, be a total coincidence. But knowing the huge popularity of the Death Note series for so long, it could possibly be a possibility. You know, they always think things like, oh, manga and anime and games and all these kinds of, pop culture and media are influencing our young ones to the point where they're doing all these terrible things, but I think really it's not really the fault of the Death Note, it's more about the actual students' kind of way of thinking about it, and I don't want to say it, but it is kind of the students' fault for getting too influenced by that kind of stuff. That's like saying, when GTA 5 first came out, it was the result of heaps of murders, when in fact GTA had been around for ages, and even before video games, war. You can kind of say the same thing about Death Note. Even before Death Note came out, there have always been these kinds of death threats in schools, and students having killing intentions for other students and other teachers. So it's really difficult to say whether Death Note is in fact a direct kind of trigger towards these kinds of cases. Guys, let me know what you think about this. Do you think that Death Note has somehow been linked to all of these cases, or do you think it's just a coincidence and, it was just the founders of the particular cases that just coincidentally linked it to the Death Note series? Also, if you have seen Death Note, then I want you guys to let me know in the comments below. Why do you think Death Note is one of those series that has just become so influential, especially in the Western culture? And do you like or dislike Death Note? I want you guys to let me all know in the comments below. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. As always, like, if you enjoy, subscribe for an anime. See you guys next video, whatever I make. Keep watching anime. Ciao!